Hello everyone, this is Esma Gumberidze from Georgia, and I also did Flex program in 2012-2013, and I am blind. This is why I will talk about diversity and how you can encounter it in the US in different forms. I went to the US, lived in a host family, volunteered, went to mainstream school, not specialized school, as well as many other students with disabilities who go every year there. Every year, about 30 students with disabilities from different countries are coming to the US through Flex and YES programs. They, as well as me, have additional preparatory training where I was in Oregon, in Eugene, and we had a wonderful experience exploring each other's assistive devices, each other's disabilities. I, for example, was riding a wheelchair to experience how is it to be a wheelchair user. I also cooperated with wheelchair users a lot who would walk together. I would hold on to the wheelchair and they would guide me where I needed to go. In the school, people with disabilities and everywhere are much more integrated and included in everyday life. They have regular jobs. You can see them on the streets, on different parties, events, in the shops, shopping or working there. They might be your teachers, your schoolmates. You might see blind, deaf people around you, wheelchair users, people with psychosocial or intellectual disabilities. You might see accessible buildings. All public buildings have to be accessible by law. So there might be and will be ramps. There will be buses that announce bus stops that have ramps and that would stop for a wheelchair user, for example, to board it for as long as he or she needs to get into the bus and will not move until the passenger has not boarded the bus. You will see aids for students with disabilities in schools. They have individual education plans that help those students to be fully included in learning process, even if it requires additional accommodation, additional money, and the funding is limited. Though this accommodation is provided, there is Americans with Disabilities Act that prohibits discrimination of people with disabilities. It prohibits businesses from not hiring a person with disability just because he or she is disabled. They require business and employers to have reasonable accommodation for their employees. You will see, and you can obviously invite those people to your parties. You can become friends with them, which I wish you would. Ask them questions, include them in your discussions. Ask if they need help, and if not, you can leave them alone. Don't force them. They just be more curious, caring, and embrace this diversity.